Hello, Victor here, restoringmercedes.com. Here's another throttle body here. Now this one is the S500 unit, and it was a rebuilt unit. I don't know what, okay, whatever, I'm not gonna even go there. But somebody installed this potentiometer in it, but it's all contaminated with oil. So that one, you can clean it, but it's not gonna be a clean test. And it's just like, I never leave them oiled up like this because that creates problems. You clearly see the oil film. You touch it with your fingers, that's, you smudge it. This is bad news. So yeah, so what I'm gonna do with this unit, so I took it apart partially. You have the wires are good because this unit was an updated unit. The motor bearings are good too. Clutch coil, I don't see any deformations. The throttle plate itself was slightly misaligned, but the potentiometer is my biggest concern because I tested on the bench overnight and the clutch coil remained. So, and it actually remained working, but there is still a concern because the vehicle goes into limp mode. So I'm going to do is I'm going to replace it with a good potentiometer. This is it. So you can compare the two. This is the one I want to put in there. Excuse me, it's just that it's not easy to make a video with one hand. So this is the potentiometer I sourced from another unit. Very nice and clean piece, no overheat or anything. Comparing to this one, as you can see, the two, that's like day and night here. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna actually open this up too. I'm gonna double check what's inside, see how it looks inside. But this is the idea here. The wires, I have no issues with the wires, but right now I need to, you know, remove this potentiometer out and install a new one. Alright, so that's a quick run around about this unit. Alright, so I took the potentiometer apart just to take a look at the condition of our brushes and the surfaces. So let's look at the big screen here. So as we can see, the surfaces are pretty much in excellent condition. Very, very nice. Beautiful. Yep. Very, very low wear and tear. Now we're going to look at the brushes here and there. Alright, let's take a look at the first brush here. Let's see how square, a very nice brush, like an ideal brush. The holder is also in great shape, very nice as well. And the second one, the holder is also in great shape, and the brush itself is also pretty nice. Yeah, left one is slightly worn, but just because of the age. But I'm going to bend it a little bit, it'll be just fine. Still have a square to it, so it's a good brush. Okay, so we have our throttle body here on the bench now. Let's energize it and see what we get. So far so good, everything looks fine to me. And this unit hasn't even been cleaned up like violently. This was just like a quick rinse. So this is good, clean piece. Again, potentiometer was slight an issue. Put the power on. There goes the activation. So far so good. I might have to work the plate a little bit, but again, usually do it when it's warm. Okay, so the unit has been on the bench test for quite a little bit. I put it on into the aggressive test. It got to about mid 80s in terms of the temperature. Now the gasket here, the gasket that was on the unit, this thing has been siliconed a couple of times, and you know, there is the gasket material and some silicone on both sides, so I removed it completely And I put on the gasket here with zip ties. It's loose. That's the way I like to have my gaskets installed, lightly. And I put some zip ties so it doesn't fall off, it doesn't deform itself during the shipping process. Now I still have to do the plate alignment, and I'm going to align it later. I put in the part number on the unit here, engraved it, so 8925, that's where we are. There are also some parts here that were taped over, so I opened up all the tape lines. Three spots. This is one of them. Here is another one here, and then further up the line there is another spot. So I opened them up just to make sure nobody cut through the wiring, and they weren't cut through, but it's worth checking because you want to check that to make sure, because when you test for the wiring situation, the insulation, you can actually cut too deep and then you can damage the wires. Alright, so in terms of the loom itself, if you twist and turn it, as I'm doing it right now, just to make sure that throttle body remains active. You never know, mechanical damages happen too, you know. So this is what I'm doing live, just twisting and turning the wiring loom all the way to the plug here. This is already my plug, so we see that the loom itself is okay and throttle body remains active, so we're okay now. And yeah, obviously the surface underneath the gasket is spotless. I cleaned it up very nice. The gasket is brand new. That's the surface down under, as you can see, very smooth like glass. So yeah, and basically this is where we are. The unit is warming up. It's pretty hot, as I already showed. One more time real quick. 96, 97, because before I was checking the temperature at the angle. Now this is usually the hottest spot, about 90 degrees here, 97 even. So it's been working. It's been heating up, and the linkage here is nice and light, no binding going on. Hello, Victor here, Mercedes.com. Today is another day of the bench test of this unit here. This is from a 1995 S500 ASR unit. Previous segment showed that I replaced the potentiometer, check all the wires and all that. So the unit has been energized on the bench like this for about 20 hours by now. Take a look at temperature. The hottest points here. 72, 78, 85, 89. So yeah, so you know, that's the hottest we can get. It's really cold in New York City today. Now let's take a look at the unit in general. I already showed it. I just did the plate, line it up nice, lock the bolts, put the part number on it on this side here, so 8925. The back side with the new gasket here, just it's not glued, it's just secured with zip ties so it doesn't fall off during the transportation. I opened up all the tape that was covering the slits that somebody cut open just a slight portion of the wiring loom to see what the wires look like inside, and they indeed look fine. I tried to bend it around and whatever. I checked the ribbon cable on the inside, I resoldered the whole board. Coil removed, tried to move it around, no problems. The coil seems good, no deformations or anything. So this is how it works, and I also want to show how it will work in the V8 vehicle. Right now I'm using a different control module that allows me to fully open the throttle plate, and it also shows up the micro switches, and I just want to show full operation, and then I'm going to show how it will operate in the V8, because right now it's a 6-cylinder control module that I'm using. for demonstrational purposes only. All right, now, so like I said, 0.49, I'm sorry, is the mid-range. 0.4 to 0.6. This is where it's supposed to be. 4.25 is the module gives out. The module gives out this reading. It's by itself because based on the firmware and whatever. Now we got our micro switches in on-off position. We open the throttle slightly. Micro switches go to off-on, and the readings obviously follow. So the next thing what I'm gonna do, this is wide open throttle. The next thing that I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pause this video and I'm going to connect the V8 e-gas module to this unit. This is the SL500 SL or SL500, doesn't matter. 129 chassis, that's a V8 e-gas. I don't know, I just had it on the bench. So we're going to connect this module. We're gonna connect diagnostic, and I'm gonna show that how it's gonna work in the vehicle. Okay, the unit is connected to the V8 e-gas module with all these adapters here. That's a different wiring set. It's connected to the diagnostic computer, so we're going to put the ignition on with the V8 module. Right here is the switch. So as you hear, it activates the same way, but what's gonna happen here is, and that's a normal operation, just saying. Now what's gonna happen is in the V8 version, when you open the throttle fully, the throttle plate does not open all the way when the engine is not running. And that is a proper operation on the V8. It opens halfway, and then about the rest, well, 2/3 about, and then the other 1/3 does not react, and that's normal. You do see the voltage change though when I move the lever. See, just move the lever a little bit, voltage changes, but the plate does not move, and it remains stationary here. So that's normal. Once it catches on, then both voltages start to follow. You can see it. And this one, this module, as you can see, keeps the throttle plate slightly closed up. As you can see, just a little less opening because the voltage. And it also keeps the idle at 0.5. Okay, so from one module to another it differs. I just wanted to make a note of this because I keep testing these units with the inline 6, and that's the one that allows me to test it fully. But the V8s, they won't show micro switches. And the V8s, they don't seem to change at all ever. So that's how it acts. So when you get this thing installed in a V8 engine, it will buzz just normally. That buzzing pitching sound is present, but the plate will open this much only. When you start driving the car, it will open. It might open all the way under load, but right now we have no load. This is just, it's not even started. The engine is not even started. So this is basically ignition on, engine off. So not to overrev the engine, it won't allow you to open all the way. So you can just start the engine when there's no oil build up, oil pressure build up. So you can pretty much probably spin your bearings or something when you red line it right off the bat. On a cold winter day, let's say, the oil is very thick. So just saying, that's how it works. All right, so at this point I think we're pretty much finished with this unit. I don't have a problem with it. Tested it vigorously, changed the potentiometer, oil contamination on it, so had to do it. Check the coil, resolder boards, a lot of work done, and check all the wiring, of course. And I don't see a problem with this unit. This unit seems to be operating properly. Okay, so this is going to be all. This is Victor, RestoreYourMercedes.com. Thank you for watching.